A 9-year-old girl was rushing to school, but suddenly she stopped in her tracks. She turned around and recognized the man in front of her as her husband from her previous life. But the man did not recognize the girl at all and hurried away. So after school, the girl went straight to the man's house. Before the man could react, the girl burst into the house. She then told the man her name was Lucy and that she was his wife from a previous life. Jack couldn't help but laugh, but Lucy then went upstairs alone. When she appeared before her daughter Lisa, Lisa's first reaction was surprise and caution. Seeing Lisa's expression, Lucy was deeply moved. This made Lisa even more confused. When Lucy came downstairs, Lisa finally dared to ask her father why this little girl had barged into their house without permission. Just then, Lucy discovered her own memorial photo. She complained that there were better photos available. So why did they choose this one as her memorial photo? This attention to detail made Jack's heart race because it really resembled his deceased wife. Lucy looked at the portrait with a complex expression and began to explain her background. Today, she suddenly regained her past life memories and realized she was Lucy. Upon hearing this, Lisa suggested her father call the girl's parents. She clearly believed the little girl had mental issues, but Jack's heart began to tremble violently. The girl's words, mannerisms, and behavior patterns, even her level of knowledge about family details, reminded him of Lucy from 10 years ago. However, when Lucy noticed the lunchbox on the table, her expression suddenly turned serious, and she questioned the father and daughter about their diet after her death. As he spoke, he skillfully picked up Lucy's most cherished tableware. This detail shocked both Jack and Lisa. Suddenly, the radio outside began to play. Lucy realized it was getting late and hurriedly grabbed her backpack to go home. Before leaving, she couldn't help but glance back at Jack, sighing that he had aged too quickly in the past 10 years. The next moment, the door closed softly, and the room fell into an eerie silence. The father and daughter stood there in silence for a long time. Jack's mind was still echoing with the girl's expression and tone from earlier. Those familiar details sent a chill down his spine. Lisa coldly reminded her father that he shouldn't let strangers into the house. After saying that, she turned and went upstairs, leaving Jack alone in the living room. He raised his hand to touch his face, which was filled with self-mockery and loneliness. Had 10 short years really made him so old? The next afternoon after school, Lucy once again came to her former home, but the house was empty. She knelt at the door and skillfully reached under the flower pot to retrieve the spare key. It was as if these habits had never faded from her memory. She opened the door and took out the money she had hidden. Then she pulled out the photo album from the living room drawer and began flipping through it. The photos in the album documented the once happy family of 3.